But anyway, let's get back to snit. We basically just talked snit, or Kesh talked snit about, how the radio is dead and no one does maintenance on it. It's true. If these noob admins, Biggie, Doogie, whatever his name is, would just give Rashawn, give me, radio admin, it would always be up. Especially since, to toot my own horn like Cal Khan would, I won Best DJ 2018. So easy. Easy.
Best DJ what? You don't
Easy.
even submit the mixes, and fucking talking on the radio is not being a DJ.
Not really. That's that. There are some DJs who talk on the radio, right?
Oh my god. What is there to DJ? Like, what do you spin? Nothing.
What do I spin?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have like, 2 tracks at the same time and mix them up and shit like that. So you're just talking. You're pretty much the equivalent of those girls on Twitch that talk in fucking microphone and ASMR.
So
why you don't get it?
So you're saying that I go on, like, I'm the equivalent of Twitch streamers who only go on just chatting. So you're calling
pretty
me.
much.
What a fact.
Do they call themselves DJ? I don't know. Some of those girls might know how to DJ, but
Well, yes, I'm sure. But if they did that while streaming, that would be a problem.
what sort of DJing you have in mind? I mean, DJing is not inappropriate unless it's. All right, let's go.
Anyway, so a few weeks ago, Cash, and later I'm gonna own you for the Luka Doncic thing. But a few weeks ago, you had some very interesting times on CNR, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the, how to say, a villain of this server right now. I think I make people quit this game. So I had a feisty argument with Play Too Hard because he was just being stupid and he didn't realize it as usually. And then a few days later on, I had argument with Soroy Suresh, and apparently he quit the game because of me. Because people say I have privileges. I don't really know what sort of, but he was accusing me of cop DMing, because he was a cunt to me, and I ran him over on 0 HP instead of arresting, and I did that once. So I don't know how that's even cop DMing. I mean, it's not repetitive or anything. So he got terribly upset about it, and I think he quit the game. I think he gave out the money and stuff. So, well, thank me later, guys. No one liked him anyway.
Well, well, shout out to Ben who just won Lotto. With Play Too Hard, that's pretty odd. Didn't he say to you that something like you ruined the radio or something?
Yeah, he said to me that I ruined the radio, that I have privileges, and actually Play Too Hard said the same thing, I think, when he was angry at me, that I ruined the radio. So this is to go to insult nowadays. Whenever someone's arguing with me, they're just like, Cash, you fucking ruined the radio. I'm a villain or something. But
well,
if it's not a female card, then it's a 30 card, then it's some other card, so I'm kind of used to it right now.
Well, you should be happy. I wouldn't mind so much, especially since usually when I make people mad, it's because I'm black. But with Play Too Hard, like I said before, when people couldn't hear me, there are different grasps to why people would still play CNR. One of a few for you would be the radio show. But for me, it's mostly Rate My Chase, maybe also Newses and the Donkeys, but down on the list would be the CNR radio, and that's no offense to you. So I would say that if it wasn't for Kesh, I don't think I'd be doing this anymore. So the fact that Play Too Hard would say, blah blah, ruin the radio. There, I wouldn't want to do this anyway. So it would be dead to begin with. So that's just so that's not really a valid insult. Let's say
It's funny because everyone takes that card. I mean, like even Ali, who like left our radio, like there were some things on the radio, like too many people were talking, and it was mess sometimes, especially when some people joined. So eventually, like we decided that it would be better if people wouldn't jump in so much and talk so much over each other. And some people really took it negative way, and they left the radio. And in the end, it was my fault somehow, even though like the suggestion didn't come from me at first, but it was my fault in the end. So I don't know why is that or whatever. Like people like to scapegoat me, but they don't know the whole thing, and I'm okay with that because like I probably don't know the whole thing of some other things, and I also like judge or whatever because we're just by nature we're like that. We just make our minds up and decide on something even though maybe it's not right.
Yeah, it's true. You always got to have a scapegoat for something. I'm trying to wonder what is it that Play Too Hard raged at you because of. I'm still thinking it's because the campaign. You think it was what?
No, I mean it was like I was playing with Vule. I was playing with Vule on San Fierro, and Play Too Hard has this tendency that he just likes to drive up to people, and whenever he sees them, he will like flip them off. So I think like Vule got a bit offended over it or whatever, and he started shooting at him, because every time you get flipped off, there's a possible chance you die to the flip off. So he was getting annoyed by it, and I was like copying together with Vule, but Vule like actually shot at him. And then, like, out of nowhere, Play Too Hard started like, oh, Cash, I thought you were a good player. You're a trash player. Look, cop DMing and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck did I even do? I was, like, fixing a car at the mechanic, and Vule literally was shooting at Play Too Hard. And I didn't, like, fire a bullet or nothing. But the funniest thing in the end was that I offended him, I guess, because I called him stupid and other stuff, like that he's stupid, why he's blaming me and stuff. And the freakiest funny thing was that he made up with Vule before he made up with me. Like they were friends, like, I don't know, like 50 minutes later, but he hated me like for a few days, I think, or whatever. I think like he was really, really annoyed with me. Like even on Discord, he was talking with someone that like I'm a trash and shit like that. So yeah, no.
Trash.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck is CNR? Like, why? How do I find myself in situations like that? And then like a few days later on, like the thing with Soroy happened, and I was like, holy fuck, this game is weird. Like I always find myself in some weird situations like that. So, but I think like the servers about to change the map, so maybe we should take a break or something.
We should. Well, I did want to say that I know that Play Too Hard will be listening, so I'll be looking forward to his comments and his side of what happened, because it sounds a bit odd. I did want to talk about Suresh, but I guess, yeah, the city's about to change. And we'll take a break. We'll be back in about a minute. Enjoy going to... What city is this? Oh, going to San Fierro. This is the Punkery Show. Alright, welcome back. This is the Punkery Show, live from the good city, the best city, I mean. The only city we're talking about. San Fierro. I love it. What you think about that? San Fierro, best city? I agree.
Nah.
But nah. Wow, what a fag. What a sound fag. But speaking of that, to go on what Kesh was talking about Suresh. Wait, did you tell the story about Suresh already?
Oh, kinda. Like he like, I don't know, like probably a lot of regulars know that he's just like, like Play Too Hard likes to drive up to people and flip them off. Suresh loves to rob cops and just like being super annoying about it. Like, I don't know, like on Santos, for example, he robbed me like 10 times in a row or something like that. So I don't know how, even in the end, you know, if when a guy robs you like 15 times, I don't know why he acts surprised when I ran him over. That's like, you would ask for trouble and then you would get punched in the face and you would be surprised. You know, like, I know like you know, if you do P-rolls, for example, it says like you should always arrest, you know, and you should just shoot or like kill warrants in self-defense. But that's a very, very, very vague rule nowadays, you know, because like, for example, then he says I'm cop DMing because I ran him over and I didn't arrest, you know. Then he could complain as well also about people, the cops, you know, who could jump in water and arrest, but they shoot with sniper, you know. It says in P-rules that you should just shoot in self-defense. So in that case also you should jump in water and arrest, and people don't do that, you know. So if we would complain every single person like that, we would have a lot of complaints, you know. And I understand, like, if I would be cop DMing him over and over and over and over again, you know, and it got annoying for him, or it would cost him a lot of life insurances, or if I would be harassing him. But it was like 1 out of 1,000 like cases, you know, and like following times after that, like whenever I had the chance to arrest, I did arrest him, you know, so I didn't like take a grudge against him or whatever and keep killing him or whatever. So I don't really know what he's on about. Like, he's massive fucking crybaby when he's behaving like a cunt all the time. Like, I don't know, like probably you noticed that this guy has hit on him all the time. Like, he has hit contracts on him all the time just because he's annoying people. Then he acts like surprised. It's just, I don't get it.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Suresh, on a baseline level, is a cool dude, kinda. He says some stuff that, or used to say stuff that, you know, made me wonder. But, you know, he seems like a cool dude. But here seems to be the disconnect, and I'll get to that later, I guess. But, of course, there are a lot of players in this server who are kids, you know. But Suresh is a grown man. He's a dude. He's a man. Okay? And I understand that there are situations that make you say, fuck this game, like a DSP would say all the time. But Suresh is one of those players that never ever gets owned, never ever gets punished. But the single thing that doesn't go his way, then he'll explode. And
that's a baby child.
Like
Old man Chivo, yeah, I kind of. But for Suresh, you know, he didn't get punished for anything. He didn't get owned for anything. I mean, he did get run over. But I'm gonna start this by saying the thing about P-rules and killing warrants. And I don't want to explicitly say it because, you know, fags are gonna take the literal thing of what I say and apply it. But the policy on killing warrants has shifted or changed. All right.
Like Expander?
Yes, shapeshifted like Expander. And the thing is, gay. Yes, with wax too. But Suresh, I do remember a few weeks ago when we were trying to go after a bank robber.
Oh,
and this
I
dude
remember.
fucking fart bombed the fucking car. Alright? If you don't expect that the next time you turn warrants, we would try to kill your ass, then you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. That's number one. Number two, if you go on and try to rob a cop or, you know, do something to a cop, this and that all the time, you shouldn't expect the same result every single time that you fuck with the same person. In fact, it should be even worse. So, I don't understand on what world would Soros Suresh not expect after the, I don't know how many times that he robbed you, to not expect a front bumper to go in his ass.
He was like 0 HP, like for real, like 0 HP, you know? And he was like outside San Fierro Bank, you know? Like close to tunnel, but like at the bank, kind of at the bank tunnel / whatever. So there's a chance like he would have gone like run over anyway, you know? Or like some cop would shoot him or whatever, you know, happens. So I just don't understand. And like it's one case out of like thousands, you know. So
Yes.
it's like if he doesn't expect to get wrecked like once for the times he's fucking with people all the time, I don't know, you know.
Let me say this, alright? Because Soros Suresh said he was going to make a complaint.
Yeah, he did.
I challenge Soros Suresh to look in the complaint section for the past 6 months to see if there's been an accepted complaint for someone non-repeatedly killing a warrant as a cop. You're not going to find one. I bet you on that. You're not going to find a single one. 0! Because, like I said, the policy on that has shifted. Alright? And if a dude... Because here's the thing, like, you can blame me, because whenever Kesh and I play together, right? And we chase after one, it's a fucking retard, or, you know, is a pain in the ass, then I'm the one to be like, kill him!
Or like if a guy is pausing, like if he's pausing, like it's like a hidden policy that most cops have. Like if a guy is pausing, you kill him because he fucking had it coming, you know. If he's not playing the game proper and fair way, you know, he's getting killed. And I was struck like at start, you know, because like good regulars do that, you know, because I mean, maybe it's like because I started playing in that time when some really tough admins were around or something. And it was like also kind of time of the cop tanking a bit, I think. And you used to get like proper punished, like if you would shoot cars that are still on fire. And also like if you would shoot warrants in water, you know, and not try to rest, like you would get hugged and stuff like that. So I was like taught or like whatever to never kill like a warrant unless I really have to, you know. But then like I started playing with Stepa and he's fucking pauser, kill him, you know. And for Sean is the same, like he's fucking pausing, kill him, you know. So I mean it even became like a thing among the regulars, you know, that they just like if they are pausing continuously they have it coming, you know, because they're not playing the fair way and they keep doing that. So why would you give them a good treatment, you know?
Yes, exactly. You know, and I guess I'll say it explicitly. Actually, no, I won't. I'm not, because there are people who will take it the wrong way. But you know, excessively killing warrants. Like, you know, you go around and you kill one warrant. 2 minutes later, you see another guy, you kill him, you know, blah, 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 and you fill the death list with your autism, then yeah, you're gonna get destroyed. But it's a consistency thing. So if you know, Suresh, you know, honestly, man, just be a bitch. You know, be a bitch. Like, there's really no reason whatsoever to get mad over one instance that didn't go your way. That is something that a 14-year-old girl does.
Yeah, I'm like I would maybe even like understand if the guy was like young and stuff, but I think he's like even older than me and I'm freaking old, you know. So I don't even understand how he has it in him to behave like that, you know, because adults don't usually behave like that. And also like I just wanted to say like a bit earlier, but I'll say it now, like these rules and whatever, you know. It also like depends a little bit on the admin you ask, because like when I asked Chivo, he said you should definitely not kill anyone, you know. But like you see now, and you and everything are here, like you have a little bit slightly different opinion, you know. And
Slightly. I don't give a shit.
oh, wow. Oh my god. But there's another thing, you know, that I want to bring up right now. So like I actually asked the admins, you know, before about this whole thing, like shooting cars on fire, you know, since the iFix exists. And there is not like a unified opinion on iFix, like whether you should keep shooting the warrant that's on fire or not, you know. So I asked like Ghost Hunter, and he said like that admins don't really like, you know, most of them don't agree on it or whatever. But like the thing is that most people nowadays, they have iFix. So if you will stop shooting the warrant that's on fire, you will pretty much give him time to fix his car, you know, and he will possibly not be he will possibly like be shooting at you, you know. So some people think like if he's shooting at you whilst he's iFixing, you can shoot at him, but otherwise you shouldn't, you know. But it's like a split second or like few seconds at most, you know. So another admins again say like you can keep shooting at them, you know, if they don't have iFix, it's their problem, and they had time to get off the car the whole chase before that, you know. If they didn't want to die, they had time to get out like a whole minute before you. So yes. There's like a lot of things on this server that like there's just not simple like black and white decision on it. So what's your stance on that? I mean, like on the iFix and cars on fire and stuff.
Well, you know, when Crazy Bob made this server and made the rules list, and there aren't many rules, I think he expected that players would have common sense, because most of the rules are unimplied and, require people to have common sense. Problem is, players don't have common sense. The thing is, you gotta use discretion, I guess. If I'm chasing a warrant and he's a regular, and I think he's going to use Instafix, then I'm going to keep shooting. But there are times where I don't, because I played a lot back then, and I instinctively stop shooting when a guy's on fire, even though I shouldn't, and I know I shouldn't, but it's just a thing that was carried on from before. So, and I hit myself, because, when I stop shooting and he uses Instafix, all of a sudden I'm out of position. It's like, gay. But if I remember to keep shooting at the guy, then I'm going to keep shooting at the guy, because I assume he's going to use Instafix. And even if he doesn't have one, and he dies, and he's like, oh, John got you, then what else can I say? Instafix screwed that. You just should have jumped out of your car with speed then if you were going to get arrested.
Was that guy that shouted Cop DM, was it Suroy?
No, it wasn't.
But it's also like, of course it depends on situation. I mean, like if you're duo like in a cop car, and the guy is alone and he's not even in position to drive by, like he's in front of you and he's on fire, of course you will stop shooting, But like if he's in drive-by position, then it's discussable.
Yeah, exactly.
You could argue.
So common sense would take the cake, but CR players don't have common sense. That kind of sucks, man. Doesn't matter if you're a teenager, in your 20s, 30s, maybe trying to catch runs like 30 years old. He's an idiot, so you never know. You never know. Players are dimwit. Speaking of dimwit, Cash, you're a dimwit because you. Let's move. Let's move to a different here. You're saying no, and I know you're mad because the last time we argued about this, you changed the subject. You're mad. Yes, you did. You're mad because Luka Doncic, your beloved best player from Slovenia, did not make the All-Star game.
Okay, I will ask you a question right before we start the ceremony of like calling me an idiot. Do you think that all people that were selected in All-Star, including reserves, should be there before Doncic?
All but two.
See, then I already.
Well, no, let's hold on. So first of all, you were mad because he wasn't a starter.
Oh no, I expected him to be reserves. That I did really expect.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Now, I agree that Luka Doncic should have gotten in over 2 players, all right? But like I said, and here's the thing that you didn't understand is that in this decade, which most senior players have not lived past, there's only been one single rookie to make the All-Star team in the Western Conference.
Chinese.
One. Chinese? What are you talking about? Chinese? No.
What?
No, it's that was Yao Ming. That was in the 2000s.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the guy who did, his name is Blake Griffin, and the reason why he did is because he was tall dude who dunked everywhere. He was box office. You came to the game to see him dunk all over the place. He sold tickets, and he had good stats. That's the reason why he made the All-Star game. Whereas Doncic, yes, 20 points a game. He's been bouse ever since he got snubbed. But, and I don't know how good the Clippers were back then, but there are many factors besides numbers that get you in the All-Star game. I understand that he got the second highest fan vote, but that's only half the vote. First of all, the NBA All-Star fan vote is in some way like the CNR Awards. Okay? Because there are people who are trying to vote in people like Dwayne Wade, who's 35 years old, has bad knees, and is not good anymore. If he made the All-Star game, it would have been a travesty. There are people trying to vote in Derrick Rose, who, Lil Tank would know, he was injured forever, and now he's finally starting to come back up, but he's not an All-Star. Alright? And when half the vote is players and coaches. And you know how players and coaches are, especially veterans. As you saw Tracy McGrady there, he was talking shit about Doncic. Players and coaches are going to be like, yo, who's this rookie over here? We know he's doing well, but sit down, little man. They're not going to vote a rookie to be in the All-Star. That's number 2.
I will stop you now. Between, because you kind of talked against you, right? So you said the dude that was the only guy who was selected to be in the All-Star in past 10 years, he sold tickets. He was a front office, whatever. He was a guy that made people come to the games and stuff,
yes.
And was popular. But the same applies for Doncic. He was fucking second on the voting. That means a lot of people love him, And I just laugh at comments the stupid fucking Americans, for real, they're fucking dumb as shit. They say, oh, fucking whole Slovenia voted for him, bro, if 50% of people would vote, which they wouldn't, and they don't, because people like my mom and my whole family, we're 5 and I only vote, it's only me that voted, and let's say it's 20% of people. That makes only 380,000 people. There's less than 2 million of us. So that's just retarded, straight out retarded. How can people even think that, So obviously there's a lot of Americans that voted for him, and whether you like it or not, he has transformed Dallas. He's probably the most popular player there. Of course Dirk has a legacy and stuff, but he's humble, he's fun to watch. People watch NBA because of him, you can find it in comments, people are upset that he's not playing NBA. You can just check Twitter or YouTube comments and it's kind of evident, and I think it's a huge slap in the face. Maybe it's not really well thought out of NBA to, I would understand if he would be number 5 or something in the voting of the people. That shows they like him, but if he doesn't get in, it's okay, But when you give people chance to vote and they show in such numbers they want someone to play, then you just completely disregard their opinion and it's like a huge slap in the face, you know. I mean, that's my opinion, and I think like a lot of people agree. Like they really were hyped to watch like Doncic in All-Star, and right now they're like, fucking not gonna watch it. You know, it's always the same faces. So I mean, I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, not everyone feels that way. Like, you know, there are people like if you voted for Doncic and you're mad that he's not going to be in, and that would lead you to not watch the game, then
you don't like the game.
you weren't really a fan of other players as well.
Yeah, I know, but like you said at the beginning, like the dude got in because he was popular. Why different standards fucking apply to Doncic? You know, I kind of feel like a fucking echo of myself here.
The thing is, Blake Griffin, like Luka Doncic, is not going up, high flying, dunking everywhere. Their style of plays are a lot different. Blake Griffin is more of a flashy dude.
But he's like an all-rounded player. Like,
well, yeah, I know, but that's the problem. I know, but
how are you expecting us to know who voted for him when we don't even know how to do the metric system?
Well, Vega's got a point, all right, because if Luka Doncic were American, right? Okay, no, hold on. Now, the thing is, there may be a disconnect with Blake Griffin. You know, he went to Oklahoma. You know, he went to college in America. All this blah blah blah. You knew him before he went to the NBA, whereas Luka Doncic, right? I know he was a pro since he was 14, blah blah. But there are people, including people in the NBA, that haven't heard much about him.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Like, you fucking Americans are dumb as shit. Like, for real. Like, in football, okay, soccer for you because you're dumb as shit, right? You have scouts, you know, and they are able to find like talents everywhere in the smallest shitholes ever, you know, like in the fucking favelas of Brazil, like I don't know, freaking Tanzania or whatever, you know. They will find talents and they will bring them like to clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, United, whatever, you know. And even if they can't bring them over because they don't have money, they are aware of them, you know. They have like a global scope on who's good and who's not, and they follow leagues and everything. Now, how can fucking American scouts or coaches in NBA even call themselves scouts when they don't know anything that's happening outside NBA? And I mean, like in football, you have hundreds national leagues, you know, like, or even if you would count like the top leagues in the world, like you have Premiership in UK, you have La Liga like in Spain, you have, I don't know, like Bundesliga in Germany, you have Italian league, you have French league, like there's a lot of good leagues, you know, to follow. And like even the first, the second division, whatever, you know, which you don't really have in basketball that much. But fucking Americans only have two leagues to follow, which is NBA and EuroLeague. And they can't even do that. Like fucking embarrassment like to themselves, for real. Like, how can you not be aware of the good European players? That's just pretty much, you know what that is? That's just arrogance. That's nothing else but arrogance. And that's what American people are. They don't know shit what's happening like outside their own country.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. Yes. But I see
nothing but.
Listen, I understand your point, alright, but there are many factors that go into Luka Doncic not being an all-star, alright? And another one of them. What?
This doesn't even have to do with the Doncic, like, per se right now, but just in general, like, they don't know shit anything that's happening outside NBA and college basketball.
Oh, yeah, it's true, because when the Knicks, a few years ago, they drafted Kristaps Porzingis, they booed like snits. They booed, boo, and he turned out to be the best player on that team until he got traded. So obviously the New York Knicks fans had no idea what they were booing, and that in turn led him to want to leave. So yes, Yes, that's correct. And if some of these GMs knew how good Doncic was, maybe he would have gotten picked first overall instead of third, because he plays a different position.
Well, he should get gotten like picked first anyway because of his mom, So because she was like number one pick,
Yeah, her looks are number one. Yeah, but here's another thing. Usually, I've got one more point after this, but usually when a player gets selected to the All-Star game, part of the factor is their team good? Now, I will say 100%, if the Mavericks were a top 5 team in the Western Conference, Luka Doncic would be in the All-Star game. He would. Because there are 3 players, I believe, on that roster who are not from playoff teams. And there's a dude called Devin Booker who has more points a game than Doncic, but his team is terrible. So there'd be no way he'd get in the All-Star game. Number one. That is a big factor. That's a big factor. And one more I just forgot.
It is true, and it's kind of similar to FIFA awards. I never really understood why you give individual awards. Like, it's like Champions League. Like, if you get the trophy, that's you get it because the team did good. But you have like a golden ball or whatever awards, and that's for individuals. And I never really understood why people mix those two things, why a guy has to play on a good team to win an award like that, because you should completely isolate the fact where he's playing or whatever, and just if he's done terribly good, he brought some shit team to super good position or whatever, that's of course it shows that he's a good player, but it's kind of stupid to rank people based on how well their team is doing, because for example, no rookie is gonna be on a super good team because
obviously that's why he didn't even get in.
Yeah, because shit teams get to pick rookies first, so that's kind of stupid to say Doncic would have been in NBA All-Star if he would have been on a good team. Bro, you're talking about the rookie. He's gonna be on a shit team.
Well, that's why rookies don't get in the All-Star game.
It's retarded.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Also, I thought you were gonna fucking wreck me. I'm wrecking you here.
Wrong. Now, here's another thing. So the 2 guys who I would pick Doncic over, LaMarcus Aldridge and Klay Thompson, the reason why they're in over him, part of the reason why, is because they're on playoff teams. Even though their numbers aren't as good, they're on playoff teams, and that matters more.
So how will this matter in All-Star game? Well, will they throw a ball better? Will they throw for 3.2 point better because their team is better?
Well, the thing is, if you're filling the stat sheet on an awful team, then, and I'm not saying, this is a hypothetical. If you're filling the stat sheet scoring 30 points a game, but your team sucks, then that's not going to, here's the thing. Are you talking about the golden ball or some snit? Isn't that the most achieved player or the most MVP, most valuable player, something like that?
Yeah, best player of the year, pretty much.
I mean, you can't be the best player for Team Stinks.
Well, yeah, I agree, but still, this, for example, it's not even a fucking super serious thing. It's a fans thing, It's like a celebration of basketball, let's put it that way, So why does it even matter the fucking team thing so much, You're gonna have guys 2 teams that are gonna play versus each other. You should pick the best individuals to showcase the basketball, not someone who's fucking his team is top 5 but he fucking sucks donkey. That's retarded.
You're not gonna get in the All-Star game if you suck donkey dick. That's number 1. Okay, and the last point I was gonna say is the Western Conference has a lot of great players, all right? If Doncic was drafted by an Eastern Conference team, maybe he would have made the All-Star game. Maybe. And that's exactly why they're changing the format, because the West would win every single year. Because, yeah, sure, you could take one or two guys off from the West, but, you know, it would be a close race. It really would. It really would. Plus, here's the thing. Listen, Doncic will play in this league for a very long time. He'll be in for...
What if he gets injured, bro? Like, the luck
barring
Slovenians
injury.
have, you don't understand. Well,
barring
yeah, well,
injury, he'll be playing in this league for a very long time, all right?
Okay, basketball is not so touchy as football with, like, injuries and stuff. But still, you know, I'm just rooting for him not to get injured, like, first few years. That's all. I want them to do well.
Exactly. So if he keeps on going, all right, next year he'll have Porzingis, and they're going to try to get other people because they traded away their second best player or something like that. So they're going to get people. If Doncic continues playing as well as he does now and, you know, advancing, progressing, he'll get into many All-Star games, all right? He'll get into many All-Star games. So the fact that people who voted for Doncic, including you, that are mad because he didn't get in as a rookie, just blow it away.
He's best rookie after fucking LeBron and Jordan, you know? That tells you a lot. I mean, you know, I just love my boy because, like, when he didn't get in, you know, he dropped fucking 35 bomb next game, so fuck you, America.
Exactly. You should have seen the video of Rudy Gobert. People are saying he was the first snub in the West, not Doncic. Rudy Gobert. And he did a press conference, and at the end he cried. He cried because he didn't get in the All-Star game, which I'm kind of confused about, but he cried. He did.
You would.
Wrong. And here's the thing, Rudy Gobert, let me just Google his age right now. Rudy Gobert. He's 26. Holy shit. I thought he was younger. But still, he's still a young dude, all right? If he continues, he'll be in the All-Star game. And same thing with Doncic, all right? He's a young baby, all right? Not even LeBron got in the All-Star game in his first year. And guess how many he's made? Like, every year since he was a rookie. All right, so...
Who did you vote, by the way?
Huh?
What were your votes?
Doncic. I just voted Doncic. I didn't vote for anybody else.
Didn't.
I didn't vote for
Did you
anybody
vote
else.
For bro? Oh, come on.
No, I didn't, because
Did you vote for her for his mom too?
no, no. I'm not. I wasn't into all-star voting. In fact, until you told me that you can just Google a guy's name and press vote, I had no idea that was a thing. I don't think I'd voted in the past like 4 years, because the All-Star game, while I like to watch it, it's not something I'm invested in. But you will see Luka Doncic on All-Star Weekend. He'll be playing on the rookie teams. About that. So you will be able to see him, not in the main All-Star game, but yeah, just being mad.
See, Sean, like, I think it was it last summer? I think it was the World Cup, right? I was like, look at Rashawn, like, he comes here, he talks about fucking football like a pro, you know? I wish one day I could talk, like, on this radio about fucking American sport. And here you have it, like, I talked about basketball today, holy shit. Do I get a cookie or something?
Yeah, I guess you do.
Snip?
That wasn't bad. That wasn't
Thanks.
bad.
Thanks.
Even though you did call people who did make the All-Star team, you did say that they suck donkey dick, which, you know, is pretty disrespectful.
It'll make me cry.
Yeah, it's gonna make me cry, you know.
Stuff in there? Cojones.
Yeah, if you do, maybe Doncic will make the All-Star game. But
Wow, Doncic is a like really, really good-looking guy. So yeah, it's a shame he's so young. But yeah, he's really good-looking. He has it all.
yes, and he'll be a baller soon. You know, once that rookie contract runs out, and he stays in Dallas for the long haul, he's going to be the face of the Mavericks. Watch out, you know, watch out. And then when he breaks up with his girlfriend, who knows? You could be the next one in the line. You never know.
I have an announcement, by the way. I mean, I know you're fond of gays, you know, so the announcement is that Vule wants Sefi know that he loves. Yeah.
Loves who?
Well, Vule loves Sefi.
Oh, okay, shout out to Wool and Sefi dropping on clues bombs for their bromance. Yes, Wool and Sefi. By the way, Sefi, stop stealing my number. Is Sefi on right now?
I don't know.
No, but if Sefi is on, stop stealing my number, you fag. Okay. Speaking of fags, so gonna take a break in a few minutes. So, as you know, we should do now. Yeah, let's take a break here. When we come back, maybe I might want to talk about Jeremy. About Jeremy.
Really?
Yes. So we'll be right back on the CNR Radio Punkery Show. Hey, welcome back. This is the Punkery Show here with your host Rashawn. Also got co-host Kesh and Vega as well. So last night's donkey today was on Jeremy, and I think I should have a spin-off.
I think you should.
What?
I think you should post the thing on the screen that it's back. Oh, or maybe not. Never mind.
There are enough people. But Jeremy got Donkey Day last night, and I think I should do a spin-off and make a Stugotz of the day, because this is something that Stugotz would do. Some people, when we play CNR, you like to play in complete silence. There's some that like to play with somebody else in voice. There are some who just want to listen to music, and there are some people who just want to, listen to stuff that they shouldn't listen to while playing CNR. And Jeremy was in Discord, and some guy played porn in the background. Yes, because what better than to play CNR with your best friends and all listen to the same porn audio together? Like, that's very brotherhood of
They have a little gay moment there, I'm sure.
Yes, that's a very strong brotherhood right there, and that's something that I've never thought about before. And,
have you ever seen that thing on the Facebook, that thing people post on each other's walls, like brothers in arms?
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yes, people spamming Steam profiles with the brothers in arms. That's maximally gay and should be banned on site. But, Jeremy thought it was snits and giggles to make a complaint topic, not mute it, and for everybody, all the teenagers, all the older people that just browse complaints for whatever reason, admins too, click on the video. You may not use earbuds, and you've got, speakers like me, and all of a sudden you just hear this sound, and it's like, it's very labored breathing, and it's like,
Oh, I thought
what?
I thought you were gonna say that she was doing hard labor.
Yeah. You hear a woman doing hard labor through your speakers, and it's like, what's this sound?
I'm hearing fake moans through your speaker.
Yo, Roshan, why you and Vega never share such brotherly moments together?
Excuse me?
Why didn't you watch this video with him, one-on-one in Discord?
No, that's just not something that I'm very interested in, It's not, because I'm sure that one day that video is going to get somebody in trouble. You know,
Oh.
imagine that you're in the internet cafe, and you open the video, and your speakers are maximum, and you just hear a woman doing hard labor. You know, like that. That's gonna get a lot of eyes towards your direction, and
Respect to a woman, she earned her box fair way.
yeah, you know, and I'm sure that woman would never know that it would get played in that context. But basically, for CNR players out there, you want to make complaints. You know, it goes for when you're listening to very loud, obnoxious music in the background as well. Please mute your complaint unless, you know, sound is a factor in it. You know,
Maybe I should add no porn to my guideline.
Exactly. No, no porn in your complaint videos, please. Okay.
I think you're just mad, Rashawn, because she wasn't moaning in French.
What a faggot! What a faggot! Get him out of here! Get her out of here! Ban her from the Discord. Ban
I
her.
don't want to hear you shooting your M4 in the background.
Exactly. You don't want to hear. Turn your mic volume way down. We don't want to hear shots of your M4 shooting in the background. You know. But listen, I'm not mad at all. In fact, you know, it is kind of funny. You know, it is kind of funny that he did that. But for the people who, you know, get in trouble because of this, then Jeremy is to blame. Because he should have just made a very simple, professional complaint topic.
Are you expecting professional from Jeremy?
Well, I mean, it's common decency, you know? Common. Because I'm sure, I just wonder how messed up Smiley felt when he dealt with the complaint topic. He pressed the play button and just heard a woman moaning.
Did he accept it?
Yes, he accepted the complaint, yeah.
Wow. He talked shit about Americans, but then we got a European accepting a video with porn in the background.
Exactly.
He probably got caught pants down. So.
He's probably like, well, I'm gonna do complaint videos much more often.
Yeah, this could be like a good stimulant for people to do complaints.
No, I don't think so. And plus,
Please, for Sean, post white women. He's very into them.
well, you know, the thing about it is, Kesh, that I am very sure that admins do not do complaints with no pants. I am almost sure. So what do you
I
just
hope
said?
so.
Yeah,
I really hope so.
exactly. There'd be no reason to, because when you do complaints, you gotta put your smart hat on. You know, you gotta do all of that, and you gotta make a very unbiased judgment, and you can't do that unless you are fully clothed. Okay.
Hey, well, I'd pause the video and go to Pornhub.
Exactly. Exactly. You gotta get your head in a different mindset between those two things.
I just really kind of found it. The most funny thing in that video was when he asked, like, how much longer is this or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, just turn it off. I can't hold it anymore. Come on,
What a fag. But I probably would be saying, I probably wouldn't say those exact words, but you know, if I were Jeremy, I'd be like, you know, shut that off. I'm trying to do a complaint video. But yeah.
It's because you're not cool or something.
Well, Kesh, I mean, I just, you know, when I play CNR, right, I just want to play and, you know, see people doing dumb snit and, you know, do my business, but
Dumb snit.
yeah, not this dumb snit, you know, I don't favor listening to porn while playing CNR. I just don't, you know.
So what happened again? He was inside of a Discord server with one of his friends with voice activation just having a wank?
No, probably similar, but no. I guess Jeremy was in Discord. Maybe with Angry, probably somebody else, and somebody. You know how Discord bots can play videos, right?
Yeah.
So one of the guys just said, "Hey, it's probably funny if I make the bot play a video of a woman moaning." And the bot came in, it played it, and there you go. There you go. That's the number one thing you want to listen to when you play CNR, that's for sure. Right?
You're just hating because you can't multitask for Sean. You could do many useful things in your time playing CNR. Some people do, obviously.
Nah. Absolutely not. Not that type of multitasking, though. Definitely not. Definitely not. That is not what I want. Well, okay, well, I guess we'll wrap up then. So, I don't know when we're gonna get Gweens on, because the radio came back up, and it could go down in any moment. So I guess whenever we can situate that, whenever it is, I guess he could be on next Thursday, but if we get him sooner, maybe. Hopefully not, because I gotta finish Rem's Rate My Chase, which has taken all week. So, you know, excellent. So that's gonna do it for the Punkery show for Kesh and Vega. This is Rashawn, and one last thing, Luka Doncic is a baby.
What? Idiot.